At the dawn of the 20th century, a new era of industrial might was in full swing. Mankind, brimming with confidence, believed it had conquered nature. The greatest symbol of this belief was rising from the shipyards of Belfast, the RMS Titanic. She wasn't just a ship, she was a floating palace, the pride of the White Star Line, the largest and most luxurious passenger liner of her time. Soon, she earned a nickname, the Unsinkable. On April 10, 1912, thousands of souls boarded her in Southampton. They came from every walk of life, from the world's wealthiest, like the Astors and the Strasses, to hopeful immigrants in steerage, dreaming of a new life in America. All of them shared the thrill of being part of this historic maiden voyage. As the Titanic's massive whistle blew, and she pulled away from the harbor, a future full of promise seemed to stretch out across the calm sea. But beneath the waves, in the depths of the Atlantic, a fatal destiny was waiting. The first few days were like a dream. Luxury reigned in first class, while hope and celebration filled the decks of steerage. Deep in the heart of the ship, the engines roared as she tore through the ocean, pushing for a new speed record. But the Atlantic was sending silent warnings. Throughout the day on April 14th, multiple iceberg reports came in from other ships. These crucial messages, however, never fully reached the bridge, failing to shatter the unshakable confidence of the unsinkable ship. As night fell, the air grew freezing cold. The sea was as calm as glass, and the sky was starless. High up in the crow's nest, Lookout Frederick Fleet squinted into the darkness. A vital piece of equipment was missing that night. His binoculars were locked away. Then, at 11:40 p.m., his eyes widened. A dark mass loomed directly ahead. He frantically rang the warning bell and phoned the bridge, shouting the chilling words, "Iceberg, right ahead." On the bridge, panic erupted. Hard starboard, full astern, the massive ship began its slow, agonizing turn. It was too late. The iceberg scraped along the starboard side. An underwater view would have shown the ice tearing through the steel hull like a can opener. For those on deck, the impact was little more than a slight shudder. But deep within the ship, a mortal wound had been opened. Captain Smith and the ship's architect, Thomas Andrews, rushed to the lower decks, only to be met by the horrifying sight of icy water pouring in. After a quick look at the blueprints, Andrews delivered the grim verdict. "She's flooding in 5 compartments. Captain, this ship was designed to stay afloat with 4 breached. It is a mathematical certainty. She will sink. We have 2 hours, perhaps less." The unsinkable ship was sinking, and as chaos erupted on deck, a terrible truth was revealed. There weren't enough lifeboats for everyone. Panic mixed with heroism as the order "women and children first" was shouted. In the confusion, some lifeboats were lowered half empty, while many third-class passengers found themselves trapped behind locked gates. Social class, for one last time, was defined in the face of death. As the great ship went down, humanity showed its noblest and its darkest sides. The band played on, a defiant act of courage to calm the terrified passengers. Captain Smith retreated to the bridge, accepting his fate and going down with his ship. The stern rose high into the air, a dark silhouette against the night sky, sending people sliding into the freezing water below. Then, all the lights went out, plunging the vessel into total darkness. At 2:20 a.m., the Titanic vanished into the icy Atlantic, leaving behind a sea of cries from hundreds fighting for their lives in the freezing water. As the sun rose, the liner RMS Carpathia appeared on the horizon, a beacon of hope for the frozen, shocked survivors in the lifeboats. Over 700 people were rescued, but more than 1,500 souls were lost that night. The story of the Titanic, now resting silently on the ocean floor, remains a tragic and timeless lesson about human ambition, the unforgiving power of nature, and a dream that sank into the depths of the sea.